Welcome to another edition of Buy or Sell on Tech Sideline as we dive deeper into the upcoming matchup between Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech. I'm Riley Klaus. Today I'm joined by Chris Coleman, Will Stewart, and Andy Bitter, with Nick Brown producing behind the scenes as always. If you're new to Buy or Sell at Tech Sideline, here's how it works. Every week we have 5 lines in which we will either say buy if we believe it will happen or sell if we think it will not happen. You yourself can also participate by going to techsideline.com and voting for what you think occurs. So as we get into this week's matchup, let's first talk about what happened last week by going through the lines against Wake Forest. Line 1 was that Wake Forest would have 13 plus first downs, in which they did.
In the first half. They got there in the first half.
Okay. A couple of them by penalty there as well. Yep.
But everyone but Nick received a point there. Then we go to Demond Claiborne, 91 plus rushing yards. He did not. And so everyone except Will
got hurt.
Yeah.
And that was the concern coming in. He was a little banged up.
Yeah, that's right.
That indeed. Virginia Tech scoring 6 plus scores did not happen. So everyone but Nick received points there. But now
that's true. 49-yarder. That was the difference.
They were close. They got to 5.
Did Tech score 6 times against Wofford? And that's the most they've scored.
Yeah, because it's 5 touchdowns and a field goal.
Right, that's right. So, yeah, can't pick them to score 6 times in an ACC game.
No.
And they can barely do it against Wofford.
Yeah, here's where the points start to differ a little bit. Virginia Tech rushes more than passes. That they did. And so myself, Will, the fans, Chris, and Andy all picked up points there.
I was a little concerned going into that last drive because the rush had such a big lead. It's like, oh, man, they're going to have to throw it this entire drive.
I know.
Like 4 downs and out.
Fortunately,
like,
the first play was a scramble.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a big key swing play, and then they couldn't even get the first down. So it's like, well, so much for that.
Yeah.
And finally, Isaiah Spencer, 50 plus all-purpose yards. He did not get there, and only myself and Chris got that right.
He got a kick return, which I didn't think I was expecting. Yeah. I was expecting punt returns and maybe a catch, and then he got one kick return, and they had one late. I'm like, maybe he can break this one, and then he didn't. And he caught one pass. I think he was one pass for like 5 yards or something like that. They did not look at his way at all.
Yeah.
So Chris and I both managed to go 5 for 5 there, which makes the season standings a little bit interesting, as myself and Chris have 21. That's 70% currently in first, followed by a tie between Andy and Will, who both have 18. That's 60%. Then we have the fans at 16 in 5th with 53%, and David and Nick have had 14 correct picks, a little under halfway at 46 2/3%.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Halfway there.
Hey, man, it's halfway through the season. You got to pick up the pace, though, at some point.
We don't have a bowl game to likely don't have a bowl game to rely on here.
It's a mathematical possibility.
You can throw in some head coaching by yourselves. Like, who's going to be the hire here? When's it going to take place?
Well, let's get into the new lines for this week against Georgia Tech. Line 1, buy or sell that there is a total of 10 plus points off of turnovers in this game.
I sold that just because turnovers are so random. Plus, Georgia Tech just doesn't force very many of them. And honestly, neither do the Hokies.
Yeah, I sold this one too. I thought like last week, it's like, oh, those are 2 pretty key turnovers. And Tech had the ball at the 4-yard line. Wake Forest had the ball at the 20 or something like that. Yeah. And they only came away with 6 points off of those 2 turnovers. So I sold this one because I don't think there'll be a lot. And then you have to get it, then you have to do something off of it. I don't know if certainly on Virginia Tech side, I don't know if they're capable of doing that.
I bought it. I don't know why. I just bought it. And the fans, about 750 votes in, are buying it at a 65% clip. So the fans are with me.
Well, there's assuming all 10 of those will be Georgia Tech points.
Could be.
Hate clicking.
Right. But honestly, it's unfair for the fans to have to make these picks before they read my honestly, y'all make the picks too before you read my preview.
Yes, and that makes it difficult, but I do provide links in the article so you can look at stats and do your own research. You're not completely in a vacuum. Yeah. If you do the work. If you just hate click, then yeah, you're in a vacuum.
Well, I'm selling it. Nick is selling it. David is selling it. So it is going to be Will and the fans who bought that one. Will there be 135 plus total plays combined in this game?
I sold it because Georgia Tech's going to run it a lot, and if they're smart, Virginia Tech's going to run it a lot.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same thought. I had to go back and do some research on it to see how many plays get run. And it's like, that's not something you just think about.
Yeah. So what'd you find out?
It looks like 135 is about the average in that spot. I think Nick did some good work averaging those out. I think if you expect this to be a shootout and like, oh, these teams are going to go up and down the field and throw it all over the place, I don't think that they're going to run the ball. The clock's going to be moving a lot, I would imagine, certainly from Georgia Tech's side and preferably from Virginia Tech's. If that's the case, I think it'll be low possession, and I take the under on this one. I sold it.
Good logic. I sold it.
All right.
The fans are selling it at a 67% clip.
I'm selling it as well. As Andy mentioned, the 135 is about average, but I've seen a lot in the 120s with what Georgia Tech has played. Nick is going to buy it. David sold it, which means that Nick is alone in that one as well. Going for it all at this point in the season. And how about line number 3? Haynes King has 70-plus rushing yards in this game.
I bought that one just based on how Virginia Tech has looked against similar rushing attacks this year with Old Dominion and Vanderbilt.
I bought this one. I think he's up over like 103 of the games that they've had this year. You don't have to worry about sack yardage too much like you do with some quarterbacks. That lowered C.J. Bailey's total, I think, in that game. So yeah, I like him to hit this number. I think they run him enough, and the only thing you'd be concerned about is injury, because he runs it so often that if he gets hurt, could he hit this total? But he's done it pretty frequently this year, and I think he'll do it on Saturday.
Yeah, I've got him down as 380 rushing yards in the 4 games he has played, so that's 95 yards a game. Well, they don't give up many sacks, but it includes sack totals. So I bought it, and the fans are buying it at an 83% clip.
Well, Nick is buying it as well, but myself and David are selling it. Purely for me, I've done well with the unders on quarterback rushing yards this season, so I'm just going to stick with it and hope that it lands. But before we get these final 2 lines, let's hear a message from one of our sponsors at Tech Sideline.
Are you ready for a custom home tailored to your distinctive lifestyle? At Tyrus Homes, a leading custom home builder in the New River Valley, we pride ourselves on crafting exceptional residences that our clients love to call home. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a growing family in search for more room, an active adult seeking a relaxing retreat, or looking for a higher-end custom home that offers luxury and sophistication, we have the perfect solution for you. Discover how you can bring your dream home to life at tyrushomes.com. That's TYRIS Homes.com.
All right, well, now let's talk about one of the main characters for the Hokies this season. Does John Love, the place kicker, combine to have 90-plus yards of made field goal yardage?
I'm buying that. I've got him kicking 3 field goals, and if they average to be 30 yards per attempt, then that's 90. So I feel like that's very doable.
Yeah, with my score prediction, I have 3 field goals, so that makes sense. Also, he could do it in 2.
He could.
I mean, he could hit 2 45-yarders. That's not out of the realm of possibility with him. So, he kicks a lot. I think this is another opportunity to get a lot of field goals.
I've got a little bit of conflict between my score prediction and what I picked here. Not really. I picked 31-20, which is 2 field goals. He could do 2 that add up to 90 yards, and fans are buying it at a 76% clip.
20 points could be 4 field goals, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Get there in a weird way.
And Nick
6 field goals and a safety. It works.
It could happen. Combos.
Yeah.
Nick is going to buy it and join you. Once again, it is myself and David who are selling it, and so we'll have to see how that one turns out. And how about this one to end it? Total tackles. Hokies record more tackles than Georgia Tech.
I sold it for no random reason. Just completely. That's just what I picked. No reasoning behind it.
I bought this one. I mean, Georgia Tech runs a lot, so you're going to have a tackle at the end of almost every play on that. I think Virginia Tech gets a little pass happy too often and doesn't complete a lot of those passes, so there's no tackle at the end of that play.
Indeed.
So that's my reasoning on it for buying it.
Yeah, and my logic is very similar. I just think Georgia Tech will do a good job controlling the ball, and since they're a running offense, they'll run more plays, so the Hokies will have more tackles. Fans are buying it at a 66% clip.
Nick is buying it. I'm buying it as well. Georgia Tech has been out-tackled in some of their games this season. That's why I went with that one. But David is selling it to complete the fire sale for Mr. Cunningham in this.
That's worked out in the past, I think.
It has
for
for some
hasn't
people,
it?
yeah.
David and I are going to separate.
Yeah, lots of chance for the leaderboard to shake up this week. Those are the final picks for this one. If you participated in the vote yourself, best of luck to what you chose. But thank you so much for watching this edition of Buy or Sell. We'll be back in the future with more episodes as the season continues. But for now, I'm Riley Klaus for Chris Coleman, Will Stewart, and Andy Bitter, Nick Brown producing the show behind the scenes. Thank you for watching this video.